So, hello YouTube, and welcome back to my channel, everybody. So today's going to be an important video. I usually don't wade into online controversies, but this one's important. This one is directly involving the controversy around Palworld, and most notably the content creator asmongold. So, there's two problems to all of the controversy going around with this. You have one side, which is mostly leftist-leaning content creators that are farming outrage, and then you have an actual content creator, asmongold, who's being rhetorically really bad in the way he's communicating his thoughts, and is kind of becoming defensive in a very extreme way. Now, I'm going to parse this immediately by saying that a lot of people online are doing a horrible disservice to the argument regarding AI, be it pro or con. The thing you have to realize is being vitriolic or lying about things doesn't help your argument. That especially revolves around the controversy revolving around Palworld. If there is a legitimate problem with actual copyright infringement and theft of art in Palworld, it's up to Nintendo to engage their lawyers and sue the creators of Palworld and solve this in court. It's not up to you to represent large corporations, especially when we're talking about AI. And I'm going to explain why. Now, asmongold's reaction to all of this has been horrendous. And yes, Asmond, your communication regarding working class people and art, music, and graphics creators is horrendous. The shut up monkey and dance reaction that you've had lately has been really bad, and it sets a horrible tone because you're a very pro-capitalist, pro-free market person, and you're technically a business owner yourself. I wonder, would you tell your employees this? Would you say this to the game developers that you're working with OTK? I would hope not. And I want to go into this further. See, AI models are trained on other people's content, be it music, voice, or image. Most of the AI models that are out there right now have been trained specifically on social media and image repository hubs like GitHub, Tumblr, Getty Images. For years, these models have been scouring the internet using people's content. And this goes into something much more important that I really think asmongold doesn't really fathom. The concept of a digital civil rights. And it sounds floaty and stupid and leftist leaning, of course. But here's the thing. These models, for years and for years in the future, will be training off of publicly available data, be it your GPS data, your purchasing policy, your purchasing trends, your social media trends, the images you post, the art you create, the music you publish. Now, a lot of these platforms claim that they tell you that they're using your data, but they bury it in ELUs that are 80, 100 pages long that the average consumer is not going to sit down and read. So you check off and you sign off on this, and you're basically giving innumerable AI models the ability to scour your data and use it for whomever and whatever they want. This is very, very prescient because you know what? A couple of years ago, actually 2 years ago, I think it was, someone was denied entrance into, was it Rockefeller Center? Based on the fact that their face showed up on facial recognition technology. Guess what that technology is trained on? Facebook and Instagram. It was trained on that for years with nobody's permission. Nobody was aware of it, but this was being used. And a lot of that technology now has military implications, law enforcement implications, and nobody knew about it. So the concept of a digital civil rights is that Anytime your data, regardless of the content of that data, be it your address, your purchasing trends, your face, your credit score, any of your data, anytime it's used, you should get paid for it. And this is where I really wish Asmon would engage better with the whole concept of AI and digital art. Because as an artist, you should have full control of something that you create. This is not about art being derivative of other people, because people do create unique art that nobody else creates. It's not based on anything else. It's not derivative of Van Gogh or any other artist. It's unique. There are very unique artists out there. Anytime an AI model wants to scour their art to train on, one, they should get a prompt notifying them that the AI model wants to use it. There should be a compensation model. This is the key thing here. I know Asmongold has said once or twice something in regards to UBI, but he's also said that he would never, pay higher taxes for it. He doesn't think UBI will solve for it. No, you're absolutely right. AI will not solve for this problem. We legally need to set up a form of compensation model for any time your data is used. For years, companies have been making hundreds of billions of dollars off of your data, and they still do it to this day, and you don't see a single penny of it. And there are times where you should be able to opt out of your data. I don't want any of my health data ever being shared anywhere. But you know what? A couple years ago, Grindr, the most notably gay dating app, was sharing HIV positive data with healthcare providers without notifying their users. This is how dangerous AI itself can be. And AI has been actually used to select targets for bombing in Gaza. And you might call this hyperbolic and political, but it's something the military has been very interested in using for tracking, for targeting, and for engaging in planning and war models. So yeah, there's a prescient danger for AI, and Asmongold does not want to acknowledge this. And he also has the same attitude towards the working class. And I'm sorry, when you tell working class people to just suck it up because AI is going to replace your jobs, no, you don't have to just suck it up or innovate or die. The problem here is yeah, I'm thrilled with the idea of AI making people's lives easier. And let's be clear, there are things that AI will be capable of doing to make everybody's life a little bit easier. But to that end, AI is going to phase out forms of employment for people, and they need to be compensated for that. Or if their job requirement of being present at the workplace, putting in hours at the workplace is going to be reduced, but they're still going to be pushing the same level of productivity, they should be compensated for that. Asmongold is not engaging in this. He doesn't talk about compensation models. He doesn't talk about a digital civil rights bill, which is important if we're going to sit here and say that you can't stop AI, which I am arguing, yeah, you're not going to be able to stop AI, just like farmers weren't able to stop diesel-powered tractors, just like, seamstresses weren't able to stop the sewing machine. You're not going to be able to stop AI. AI is going to have some level of involvement in human life going forward. But we need to set boundaries, and we need to set models of compensation if we are going to allow these models to train on things that people create. Now, on the flip side of this, all of the Twitter arguments going on that attacking Asmon for his appearance, his lifestyle, calling him a dumb redneck, calling him bigoted, calling him whatever, it is not helping the argument. And for the idiots out there on Twitter that are doing this, I'd really wish you'd stop resorting to insults and actually engage in the conversation like I am. Because this only gets solved when people come together and come up with solutions that are backed by law. And I know Asmongold is not fond of laws being created to mitigate what people can do with things. But AI, while it has a number of viable applications, also poses actual threats to people's safety, people's security. And he's going to pass this argument off as just hyperbolic and people should just, get along with the times. His argument of a shut up old man, I liked the Thor movie. That again is dissuading from the argument. And his also his other argument about, nobody cares about slave labor and that. No. What you don't understand is people who are uneducated about the state of slave labor in the world don't care. Consumers are very uneducated. He knows this. That's the whole point of consumerism, is you don't know where the stuff that you purchase comes from or who makes it. It's why America has shipped most of its manufacturing overseas, because American workers want a premium for their labor. They don't want to work in slave conditions. They don't want to be locked in buildings with the chance that the building is going to burn down. They don't want their children working in factories. So the American consumer, and consumers in general, are very poorly educated about things. So if Asmon wanted to do the world a favor, since he has a large engaging audience, mostly of younger people, maybe you should take a short amount of time to educate your audience about what AI is, what it does, what it's capable of, and who is utilizing it. Because his audience might change their purchasing and consumption of things based on the fact that AI is stealing people's hard work. I don't know of any person. Imagine if a construction worker was told tomorrow that all of their work was being replaced by AI. You think they'd be fine with that? The fact that 3D printed houses are a thing now, basically eliminating bricklayers, planners, architects. These things pose a threat to actual human existence. He likes to be, reticent about the homelessness that he sees in Austin. Well, part of that homelessness is because people's jobs are being phased out on a frightening level. And this is something, technology doesn't evolve over time. It happens very fast. In the last 20 years, the amount of technological advancement that has happened in the world has been mind-boggling. And our laws and our social policies tend to lag decades behind it, which is dangerous, very dangerous, because a country full of impoverished people erodes. It becomes lawless, violent, and dangerous. And he knows this. He's doing his audience a very large disservice in not informing them of what AI is, what it's capable of, who's using it. And yeah, people do kind of have a right to be mad when you basically just use the shut up and dance monkey argument when artists say, hey, I have a livelihood I want to protect. And Asm maybe doesn't understand this anymore because he's insulated from this because he's a millionaire now. And that might be one of the worst arguments to make towards somebody who maybe does not contemplate all of the variables in terms of what AI may pose in the future. But it is a valid argument. He is insulated from the actual impact of what AI will have on the rest of the people in the world. He's insulated. Come out of your bubble, Asmon, please. Thanks, guys. I really would appreciate engagement on this. I don't think Asmongold is ever going to watch this video. If he does, I appreciate it, and I hope he engages with it as well. Not on some vitriolic, shut up, retard, old man, reaction. Once again, thanks everybody, and I'll catch you on the flip side.